Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 106 of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. I'm so grateful that you are all here. And I already see Kate, our guest, is in the comments. I see you there, Kate. Good job. So we're really excited you all are here, whether you're here live or on the replay. We would love to know, what is your connection to cancer and where are you tuning in from around the world? We definitely want to know that. This show was created as a safe space where cancer patients, survivors, and supporters come together to share their stories and connect, as well as find resources that provide healing, hope, and resilience. My name's Tim Sohn, a 17 plus year cancer warrior, host of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, and author of Perspectives on Cancer, Cancer Patients, Survivors, and Supporters Share Their Stories, which is volume 1. And volume number 2 is coming out on March 25th. And you could go to perspectivesoncancer.com to find more information. And in case you're wondering, Shannon, my amazing co-host, is going to be here. And also, it's her birthday. So in the comments, let's say happy birthday to Shannon for sure. So she'll introduce herself in a little while, I'm sure. Like I said before, we so appreciate you being here. We want this to be a conversation. Also, we encourage you to connect with each other in the chat. Hit the share button to let your friends and family and colleagues know about the show. We definitely appreciate that to help spread the word. I'm really excited to announce the second volume of Perspectives on Cancer, Stories of Healing, Hope, and Resilience, is going to be available on Amazon in paperback in less than a week on March 25th. So go to perspectivesoncancer.com and you can sign up for our email newsletter. And in exchange for your email, you'll get the first chapter of the book for free. And yeah, really appreciate your support with that, as well as with all our initiatives. And thank you who are tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you are ready for our guest, type in the chat, heck yeah. Kate Bays is our guest today, and her journey with cancer has been one of watching helplessly so many friends and family members suffering in their journey or taken too soon. And all she wants to do is share the burden or take it from them. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Visionary of the Year campaign is Kate's opportunity to take action beyond her prayers. She's working to help those who never asked for or anticipated such a challenge. Her goal is to help as many people as possible. Kate and her team are uniting to kick cancer where it hurts. So let's welcome Kate to the show.
Yay!
Hi, Kate. Welcome.
I'm so excited. Thank you, Tim.
It's so great to have you here. And thank you for all your comments. I mean, you're like blowing up the comments here. So we might as well show all your comments. 106.
Can you tell I'm a little excited?
Yeah. Love the excitement. And thank you for all of your comments. You got the heck yeah in there, which is really great. But Kate, I'm especially excited for tonight's show because, well, first, I'm on your volunteer team for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Visionaries of the Year campaign. What's that?
Yes, most importantly, I couldn't be doing this without you. Very, very literally.
Thank you. And I know for my campaign how important it was to have, other people help along the journey, with that as well.
Yep.
So Kate, your connection to cancer is you're a cancer supporter.
Right.
And I know you've had multiple people in your life that have been affected by cancer. Do you want to pick maybe one story of someone that you know and share their story with us, and we'll go from there?
Yes, I'm gonna go with my grandmother, but this also involves an aunt I lost too soon, just very recently at 57. They were both going through their cancer journeys together. My aunt had actually started for a long time. She battled for a long time. She was an anomaly. She was very special. And she just kept kicking people's butt, kicking it and kicking it. And then my grandmother, we found out about my grandmother um, who had cancer as well. So, luckily, I say luckily, but my grandmother didn't have to bury a child, and I think that's a hardship so much in itself. My gram passed before we lost my aunt, but my gram was man, she a spark plug. Such an amazing woman. We still talk about her and laugh about her, and I have even my cork board back behind my desk here. Just pictures of her and fun times. Just you never forget them, and it's hard to get past. Years and years go down the line, and you still can't get past those fun times. But I'm looking forward to the future. Things will be better when we get to reunite again one day. It'll be quite the celebration. But she was that fun grandma that you call and talk on the phone with for hours and hours, and she threw the best parties when we were little. She bought all now I'm the oldest granddaughter, um 27 grandkids at the time of her passing. um she
Wow.
right,
That's a
quite the
lot.
lineage.
Yeah.
She used to buy all of the girls dresses at Christmas time, and we would line up to do a fashion show. It was like the highlight of our Christmas. We all got our dresses, and oh man, it's something to look forward to. She's just a very special. She called herself a fashionista. She was indeed. She had some great fashion sense. She was a wild woman. And the boys, they got their cute little outfits, whatever it was, too. So she just had such a great ability to make people feel special. That was, I think, when it all boils down, that's what it was. She had a great ability to make people feel special. I even Easter time coming up, she would get us these big chocolate bunnies, and she'd hide them in the yard, and everybody got one. Not those hollow ones. Not those hollow ones. These are the
No.
solid chocolate bunnies. Yeah, she made us feel special. But
Awesome.
watching her go through all of that, and from the time we found out to the time that we had left, was such a whirlwind. Everyone came together amazingly, and we had great times together. But it was once you find out, when you don't have a lot of time, it's just a painful process.
Do you remember what your reaction was, Kate, when you found out that she had cancer?
Yeah, I do. So I have 4 sons. I was pregnant with my third, and I remember discussing with her being in the room. I think, if I remember correctly, she had said that she had 6 children of her own, but I believe that she said she'd never been present for a birth, for the birth of a baby. And I said, Grammy, come on, come on. But we'd found out right toward the very end, and she had some type of radiation, and they didn't want her to be around me pregnant. I remember that we couldn't be not being able to be around each other, and also that she couldn't come to the baby's birth. And even after that, I remember there being a time where we had to wait until the radiation was done, and the radiation subsided or something to that effect. And that being a very hard time, because I knew she was looking forward to that, and we talked it up, and it didn't get to happen. So I remember having a feeling too. She went in for a procedure, and I remember having a very vivid feeling that I would never have conversation. Now, I mentioned having like hours of conversation with her over the phone, that I would never have that opportunity again. And it was a very odd feeling, because I had an odd feeling at the time of her death too. But sure enough, she went in for this procedure, and when she came out, whatever effects the drugs had taken or whatever on her mind, conversation was not the same ever since that procedure. And I remember I talked to her that 7 o'clock that morning before she went in, and having it's just that a weird sinking feeling that this was not going to happen again like this again.
Right. Right.
All the things, even you saying that, I hadn't thought of that in a very long time. I hadn't
Mm.
thought of even the time when, that she was going to come be part of. She did. Oh, the comment, she radiated love. She really did. She really did. She may have been Ashok's
Oh,
comment there. Oh,
she may have been radioactive, but she had radiated love.
yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also,
Russ.
Ashik always has the best comments.
I
I mean, we
love
love
it.
all your comments, but he just has a way with words.
Yep. Yep. Very good. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing all of that, Kate. And everybody, we're here at Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, and our guest is Kate Bays. Kate, tell me about how has your experience with supporting cancer patients influenced your own perspective on life and adversity?
Life is short. That's probably the number one thing. The things that we get so upset about, the things that we let ruin our day after day, the time we spent ruminating about work and all the stuff that just doesn't matter. I think that it really just kind of like COVID did refocus us back inwardly and on that family unit, the things that really matter. Same kind of idea. Seeing all of that happen. I remember at one point we were all standing around. Now I said I'm the oldest granddaughter of 27 grandkids, so that's not the parent, that's not all of her kids and all of her in-laws and so
Wow.
right, we're all around my gram praying. I believe there was a
Mm,
priest in the room, and we had all joined hands praying, and how powerful that was. And even though everybody's head was bowed and it was a solemn moment, I looked around, opened my eyes and looked around the room, and I was like, wow, this is one heck of a lineage. This is special. This is what it's all about. And then I had a fourth baby. I too wanted. I'm
oh,
done.
wow.
But, just that feeling of family and that close unity, even in hard times, that we come together and that they're, forgive the things that don't matter, and find a way to be together, and find a way to just keep loving each other through it, whatever it is, because it's such a short time that we're actually here.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Do these experiences with your family members who have cancer, do they make you think about like legacy,
Oh, totally.
like with your children and everything, your family?
Yes. Totally. We talk about it a lot too, kind of like my oldest is in the musical at school. He's Simba in The Lion King, and so we're singing a lot of Circle of Life, but
Oh,
same
nice.
idea. Just that idea of, I'm taking care of you, and here you are in diapers. I'm eventually gonna be that one, and it's gonna be that circle of life effect, and they giggle and they're kind of like, Mom, that's really and truly. I mean, they were little when the oldest two, when we went to visit Grammy, but that same idea that we all, it's important. We need to be there for each other and to take care of each other. We need to maintain good relationships so that people, are there for us and will want to take care of us. I want to exude that for my children, so it's not even a thought that when it's time to take care of my husband and I, that of course. So,
Yeah, of course. I just want to show some of the comments here. Mary
oh yeah.
says she's here from California. So welcome, Mary.
Hi,
She says,
Mary.
absolutely trust God and thank you, Russ. Russ is blowing up the comments as Kate
Yep,
was
Russ
before.
is same line of thought there. Trust God and
Yes,
live with joy. Oh, loving each other. Totally, Russ. Yep. Yep.
yes,
I love
yes.
watching your journey on LinkedIn, Russ.
Mm,
Very, very inspiring.
for sure. And let us know in the comments if you are a fan of The Lion King. We want to know.
All right.
Right, Kate?
Are you Team Mufasa or Team Scar?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I should have talked to you before the show for questions. I'll be calling you for future shows, Kate, when I need suggestions. So Kate, so there's this ticker running down below, and it says "Donate to Kate's Visionaries of the Year."
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, Kate, you're involved as a candidate with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Visionaries of the Year philanthropic competition. So, tell everybody what inspired you to get involved with something like that.
I think obviously people like you, I saw what you were doing with your live streams and watching everybody's journey, but having those experiences even in my family where as a supporter, there's just that feeling of helplessness. And I just need to do something. I need to help. I need to put this energy into something. And yes, I promise, and I do pray for people all the time, but I want to do something more. I want to do something that, is going to make a difference. And, I know it takes a lot of money for people to go through whatever treatments they're doing or to get the help that they need or to get the transportation that they need or whatever. And I know LLS is wonderful in providing so much assistance in that regard and helping families education wise, support whatever they need. And when they asked me to do this, I didn't even, not a second thought. Yes. Absolutely.
Awesome. And I thought Shannon was here. And a reminder, it is her birthday. So when she comes on, let's remember to wish her happy birthday.
Get your party hat.
And I think, are you ready, Shannon?
Come on, birthday girl.
Ready. Here's Shannon.
Woo!
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. It is my birthday and there was traffic getting back from dinner, but I showed up for everyone. I showed up and I'm glad I did. Thank you. So I'm 21 times 2 and I'm grateful. And those who don't know me, I'm Tim's very late co-host tonight. I'm sorry, I was running on Jamaican time, but it is birthday 21 times 2. I am 42. I am a 12 plus year survivor. I was diagnosed with colon cancer at the age of 29, had symptoms since I was 17. And so I pushed for colonoscopies because I was almost stage 4 and my cancer did not show on a scan and I was otherwise healthy. So please, everyone, my birthday wish is that anyone who is 45 or older or has any symptoms, even if it's your child, please go and get checked and push for a colonoscopy. That's my birthday wish for everyone. So I am going to jump into the co-host seat now and catch up. I am on question 4, according to Tim. So Kate, nice to formally meet you. Can you share a particularly uplifting or inspiring moment from your involvement with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Visionaries of the Year competition?
Oh, yes. Yes. I was told this would happen and I was hopeful that it would and excited for when it would. But the stories started pouring in and the moments of connection where you would have never thought or you would have never known. Even, I was telling the both of you how I was tuning into your previous episodes. So Valentine's Day episode I was listening to. Your own stories of what it took you to get to that moment of sharing. Mm-hmm. And just the nuggets of information that people are sending, little message, little email. I had no idea. But thank you for telling me. Thank you for trusting me with that. Thank you for, welcoming me into that community now where I gladly will offer my prayers for you. I will do whatever you need. But that's been the most inspirational thing, just having those little connections with people. That's what everything is all about for me. I want to have that deeper level connection.
We do need more people who are inspired to be our allies and to advocate with us, who haven't personally had cancer but who have been impacted. I'm sure I can speak with Tim on this, that it's great to have allies who are advocates, because the more voices we have, the more likely we're going to be heard.
Yes.
And so I thank you for being in this space and fighting with us and for us, and, for the loved ones who have faced what we faced. I'm really grateful for you. So I do want to say that. And, thank you for being here tonight to share your story and what brought you to this point. And,
so glad.
Thank you, because as a survivor, I don't have any family that my mom shares my story to her students. She's a teacher. So that's her way of advocating with me.
Sure.
But the rest of my family, they literally said, we're tired of hearing about your shit. So I don't have anyone advocating with me other than my mom. And so it's really great when we have loved ones who support us in our fights. I want you to know that. And especially having a friend, like now you're family, you're showing up family officially, right, Tim? We're inducting her into.
I just got goosebumps. Thank you.
So, Tim, I'm going to put it back over to you. I've had my sidebar long enough and I just got on. So, but yeah, I just wanted to share that. Thank you for being here. It means a lot.
I appreciate you making space for me.
Thank you for being in the space.
On your birthday.
Yes.
Right. Kate, what's it like for you? Like, conversations about cancer aren't always easy, right?
Right.
So what's that experience been like for you during this campaign?
It's a lot of listening, and I'm a not blabbermouth, but I talk a lot. I'm just, that's, so I have to really intentionally, focus and pay attention. I have to do a lot of thinking and introspection as I'm listening to about what they're dealing with and process. I mean, it's so heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have the words. I feel like I can't always relate, and that I'm offering such a small piece of something to give back that it's like insignificant.
Yeah.
I'll pray for you. Yeah, I'm doing this LLS campaign, and it's like, yeah, but you're not going through chemo. You're not missing, having a mastectomy. You're not whatever the thing, and it's like, no, I'm totally not. But I think another part of that is I realize that I could tomorrow. I could in a week, like, as prevalent as cancer is in my family and just period, it's so likely. So here I am showing up for people now, hopefully in however much time or whenever, if ever, they'll do the same for me. I'm just putting it out there now. I'm doing the pay it forward in reverse.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Kate, for doing what you're doing, because I know it can be hard sometimes when we can't relate with people who, maybe have struggled a lot or are struggling or will struggle in their cancer journey, right?
Yeah.
So to be in that role, raising money, I can relate, as somebody who's done it before. It can be uncomfortable raising money, but when you hear the stories of people and when you think about the impact that LLS makes, and by sharing our stories, no matter what our perspective is, whether it's you as cancer supporter or me or Shannon as cancer survivor or patient, all of our stories matter so much.
Yes, everybody has a part to play.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep. So true.
I do wish there were more yous in this world. I I think a lot of people who haven't had cancer but are our allies, they tend to downplay or minimize their role. But I don't think you understand how much it means to have somebody who empathizes with us, who sympathizes with us, and who is an advocate and fights for us without even having to go through what we went through. So I want you to understand that you play a really instrumental role because of your empathy and because of your kind heart. And so I want you to understand that you are more than appreciated and you're doing more than anyone could ask for. So don't minimize or downplay your role, Kate. It is so important. And
Thank you.
you're an added voice and you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You're not doing it like me or Tim because we were impacted by this directly. You're doing this because you understand that it could be you, like you just said. And that's huge. That takes a special heart. So I do want to say that. And that brings me to the question now. Um, if people are wanting to get involved, how can they support your team and LLS and for how long?
So I think I'm gonna tell you about this other thing that I'm doing with LLS. We'll talk individual involvement right now. So I created this little background here with the QR codes, and I'm trying to get the information out in that regard and make stuff simple for people, because sometimes they're like, where do I click? What do I do? What if I don't want to send what if I want to do a paper check and I don't trust, putting my credit card into stuff? LLS even made that super simple, where there's an app and you just put the check information right in, and it goes right to the LLS account. So it's so simple. They've been doing this for a while. They make it super simple for us. So clicking that link or the ticker there, it's all over my LinkedIn profile as well. Tim is on my team and is helping me push stuff out on social media so that we can keep driving the message out there. It is a 10-week campaign. So May 4th is the big gala where they announce who did the best job, who worked the hardest at getting out there and asking people for money. So yeah, I oversimplifying totally, but we have 10 weeks. We're about halfway through.
Good to know.
Yep.
I will join your team. So
Oh, thank you.
I'll get the info from you so I can do that. And I have an aunt who currently has multiple myeloma. And I know that is a part of LLS, although it's a little separate, but it's close to my heart. She's currently battling. So I will definitely join your team in her honor.
Thank you.
So Kate, what creative ways are you utilizing to boost momentum in your LLS campaign?
Okay. Thanks to your brilliant example, Tim.
Yes.
I piggybacked off of your idea with, so Tim did this 24-hour, well, Tim did multiple. Tim did a 24-hour live stream. I mean, this is totally
I'm
your
crazy.
shit.
I'm crazy.
Oh my gosh, right? And then you did a 12-hour live stream. I'm doing a fraction of that. At about, we're still working it out, 6 to 8 hours. I'm hoping.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm willing to join you if you want to go longer. We can tag team.
So we have Tim. We have. There are about 8 of us. Yes, Shannon, please, and thank you. April 13th. We're all going to be using our StreamYarding skills. Creating our own. We're bringing on guests. LLS was kind enough to help us with different people who have different roles or have had different journeys. So we have a whole bunch of different guests to bring on and share their stories, which I think is awesome. We have some people tag teaming and co-hosting with each other just to keep things interactive and fun. So that's one thing. April 13th. The live stream, and we're starting to get our marketing stuff out Friday. So 2 days from today. Also, today's Wednesday, right?
It is, yeah.
Shannon's birthday. Hello, Shannon's birthday.
That's right.
Also, down a local coffee shop, Carnegie Coffee Company, has agreed to have a specialty drink, and it is the iced vanilla latte, and $2 is going to go to the campaign for every one of those drinks that somebody purchases. So I'm super excited that they were my original idea. I wanted to be a guest barista. I don't drink alcohol, and someone said, "What if you're a guest bartender?" And I was like, eh. So then I thought maybe I'll be a guest barista. So I went down to the coffee shop, and the owner, Greg, very kind, he said, "Kate, have you ever done this before?" I said, "No." He's like, "I think I have a better solution for you." They are so good about helping they always have some organization that they're helping with all the time. He said, "I have a February specialty drink right now. You can be my mid-March to mid-April specialty drink." And I was like, "Thank you. This is so perfect. So perfect." So all you got to do is buy a coffee, and $2 goes to the campaign.
Nice. I wish I was there so I could have a coffee.
I know, right?
I'll just give it
Oh, I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, my QR code up in the top corner there. If you're willing, you're so greatly appreciated. And it doesn't, every little bit is helpful.
Definitely. I agree. So Tim, you want to do the next question, or you want me to do it?
I want to. You could do it. Go ahead.
Okay, so what role has faith played in your cancer perspective? And in turn, how has your interaction with cancer and people with cancer affected your faith?
Okay. I'm going to think about that on both sides. Faith is my compass. Faith is everything that I do. Every hard thing in my life has been, I've been able to see through to the other side because of the Lord and my faith. Even that feeling that I mentioned when I knew that my grandma was going into the procedure, and I knew that we weren't going to have that type of same interaction conversation together anymore, that feeling, those are the kinds of things that I believe the Lord helps give me that feeling about. Even when the night that she passed, I just knew. I knew. I said something to my sister. I sent a message to my husband, and I said, "I'm going to be here for a while. Tonight's the last night we're going to be with her." And my husband's like, "Okay, probably, like, what are you talking about?" I don't know, just nudges and feelings. And there was one point where we brought all of our family and all of our friends, and I mentioned my gram and my aunt were going through this. Her daughter, were going through this at the same time, and we brought a huge community together at church, and we all prayed the rosary together for my aunt and my gram. And I think that my gram's prayer was answered, in that she went first. And for that, I'm very, very grateful. I even, you have these stories, and sometimes people look at you like, but in my faith and in my journey, it's very real to me. Like when my aunt passed, I heard my aunt very clearly in her voice saying that she was okay.
That resonated with me so much, because my grandfather, I mean, my mom raised me Catholic. I did communion, confirmation, all of it. But, I was diagnosed at 29. What do we really know about faith at that age, right? We know God exists, but we don't really know what faith is all about. And my grandfather was a man of faith. Even when he was 90, he would get on his knees and kneel on the tile next to his bed, bow his head with his hands clasped, and he would pray so hard that he would fall asleep praying. And wake up on his knees still and finish his prayers every night. I saw that, while I lived in Jamaica with them for 5 years. And I was diagnosed with cancer in October of 2011. My grandfather was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a month later,
Oh,
and he was gone in January. And he had faith because he said, God always told me that if I was to get sick, I wouldn't be sick for long and I wouldn't suffer. But the other side of it is, I believe that when my grandfather heard that I had cancer, he said, take me instead. And I believe that. And through my entire journey after he passed 6 weeks after his diagnosis in January 12th. And I was on chemo the day that he passed, and it was the one time that I wasn't so sick on chemo on the pump that I could actually go and visit him. And so I believe in all of this. And then on top of it, my grandmother had Alzheimer's, couldn't even remember her name anymore, and she's all the way in Jamaica. And while my grandfather is passing here in Miami, she was in Jamaica asking for the tall gentleman that was always there, which would have been my grandfather. I know he went to visit her to say goodbye.
oh,
So I believe in everything that you're saying. And also, when I was going into surgery not knowing what I had and them saying it's going to be 45 minutes. And I was scared. I had never had a surgery before. And I'm on the stretcher and I'm going down the hall and I'm looking at the lights and I'm having anxiety, 29 years old, sick for 12 years, not knowing what's going on and going into surgery, not knowing what I'm facing. And I remember praying to God in my mind and saying, God, please calm my anxiety. Please calm my nerves. God, I know I'll be okay on the other side of this surgery, whichever way it goes.
Yep.
And that's when I first experienced what faith was, right?
Yes.
But Kate, here's the crazy part. I don't think I've ever shared this story publicly, but I heard a booming voice that was loud, but yet a whisper. And it said, don't worry, my child, for I am with you.
Goosebumps.
And I felt a calm come over me. And then, when you feel like something just like a wind just brushing against your skin, I felt that on my right hand that was next to me on the stretcher. And when I looked to my right, I just saw streaks of light. Like, when they do that long exposure photography,
Yes.
car lights, like streaks. It was a being of streaks of pastel, but bright neon lights, like spaghetti.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what I saw and I heard and I felt. And this calm came over me in that moment.
I know that calm.
Right? And so I've experienced exactly what you're saying. And so your story just confirmed exactly what I already knew. And when I came out of that surgery, I was incoherent for an entire week because of all the pain meds and everything. And when I was finally lucid and they told me I had cancer a week after my surgery, my first thought was, oh God, this is going to be one heck of a fight, because I knew it was going to be me and him. I just knew it. And so that was my first thought, that I just knew it was going to be a heck of a fight. And I never thought I was going to die. I just knew it was going to be a tough fight, but I knew he was going to get me through it. And so you just cemented everything that I experienced 12 years ago, and so I just want you to know, like, I understand exactly what you're saying. And me celebrating my 42nd birthday today, being 12 years cancer-free, surviving sepsis and a pulmonary embolism and everything that I survived, a reversal surgery for my ostomy that my doctor said I had a 90% chance of complication, including death, and I didn't have a single one.
Wow.
It cemented my faith completely. Me being here celebrating my birthday when Tim and I, my friend Lee was who brought me and Tim, and the reason why I'm even on this show, Lee Silverstein, he was diagnosed the same year as me, originally stage 3. He was cancer-free for a year, and it came back with a vengeance, stage 4. But he survived 12, almost 13 years. He was 1 month short of the 13 years when he passed on Valentine's Day. And my birthday reminds me of how lucky and blessed I am, because Lee was diagnosed the same stage in the same year as me. And I've seen the statistics. I didn't know my prognosis, but I've seen it being so active in the community.
Right.
And so it's confirmed my faith and strengthened it in every way. Because how could I not be faithful and believe in a God when I'm here?
I know.
So I'm grateful that we can have this conversation, right, Tim? I think it's one of the first times that we've really been able to go this deep into faith with a guest, and I'm glad it's you.
I'm glad it's
Happy
me.
birthday.
Yes.
You know?
I want to be able to boldly talk about my faith. I want to, not be given weird looks or that eyebrow like, really? You feel like that happened, huh?
No, I agree with you. Those things happen and we know what they are. I had a conversation with a friend recently and we were talking about faith and talking about science. Actually, it wasn't even a friend. It was a guy that I met on a plane during my whirlwind March trip that Tim knows about from Tucson to DC back to Miami. But for advocacy. But I was on a plane. I don't even remember which flight because I took so many in the space of 2 weeks. But I was sitting next to him and he said, science has been trying for centuries to prove that God doesn't exist. And all they have been able to prove is that there is no proof that he doesn't exist and that he probably does.
Right? Nothing there. I love Mary's. Yeah. Thanks, Mary. More validation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So everybody, we're here at Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. Our guest is Kate Bays. So Kate, I'm curious, how has your interaction with people who have faced cancer and mortality impacted your faith, or has it?
It definitely has. I think that it's just grown. Like the example with my aunt in particular, from the time of my grandmother's death, it was that feeling of peace that you described, Shannon. So that resonated very hard.
Yeah.
That feeling of peace where I was asking myself, why aren't you crying? You should be crying. But I was not crying and upset like I thought I would be. Even the night that she did pass, it was not this big display of emotion that I thought I would have. Instead, it was just a complete feeling of peace. Like, if you felt it, it's amazing. I have felt that before in struggle in my life, in a hard time, where I was praying very hard about something and, just had that peace and that feeling of you're in good hands. Everything's going to be okay. But then in growing in my faith and seeking to grow my faith, I think even in realizing how short of a time we're actually here, in seeing two loved ones who I'm still so wild about, just in losing them, I think you then, to fill those voids, want to grow closer to the Lord and want to find that stronger relationship there. And because of that, the Lord made possible hearing from my aunt and just different things that have come about in my life where I have better understanding and I don't even question what those things are, like a nudge. Sometimes I'll wake up or I'll be doing the dishes and I'll hear, call Janet. I'm like, really? Okay. I'm like, I got soap up to my elbows and I'm just get all the bubbles off and shake. And I get my phone and I called Janet, and lo and behold, Janet had something going on and had just gotten out of the hospital. And it was like, oh my gosh, like the Lord told me to call you. and I did. And I just think it's important when you feel those things to acknowledge it really for what it is. You just don't feel those things and you just don't get those nudges in your life. You might be what somebody needed. You might be that phone call, or they might be going through a hard day, or they need help urgently in that moment. When you ignore that nudge, you're saying no. And I want to be a yes.
For sure. It's funny because today's my birthday and I don't dream of my grandparents as often as I used to. Like when I was going through my cancer, I used to dream about my grandfather almost every night. Like
Oh,
he would tell me, "You're gonna be okay. I miss you too." And then once I had my reversal surgery and my journey was kind of over in terms of treatment and surgeries, it was kind of like a goodbye dream, that last one before my surgery, like, "You're gonna be fine." And then
oh,
I dream about them intermittently, but this morning, I had a dream about them for the first time in months, and it was like they were saying
Wow.
happy birthday, and my
oh,
they always sent me a birthday card. They lived in Jamaica and I grew up in Miami. They always sent me a birthday card with money in it. And so I knew that was them sending me a little wink from heaven that I dreamt about them. And it was so weird because in the dream they weren't dead. I was literally walking to their house in Jamaica to visit them. They were alive. It wasn't like in the dream they were dead like how it normally would be. And so I know that they're together. I know
Mhm.
that they're restored, and I know
Mhm.
that they're still telling me happy birthday from heaven.
I love it. My grandma would call at 7 in the morning. Am I first?
Yeah.
She'd say, am I first? Yes, Graham, it's 7. I just woke up. Happy birthday! And then they sing, she and my grandfather, off key and beautiful as can be.
Yeah, so I believe in
Oh.
that, that was the best gift that I could have gotten this
Oh, that is such
birthday.
a good gift. That is such a good gift.
I am crying.
Mm.
But yeah, sorry, birthdays are always emotional for me. I spent my 30th birthday doing chemo. So, it's a reminder of how blessed I am
Sure.
and how far I've come. So, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
So
Tim, me and
Shannon,
my sidebars.
No, I think
no, you're
those
good.
reminders of how blessed we are so important. We are. We all are. We
Mhm.
need to keep say it out loud. Teach somebody else about it. That gratefulness is so, so, so important. There's so much to be grateful for.
There is. I mean, there's so many like, every day is a miracle. Every time
Yeah,
we go
open
into
your
we
eyes.
get
They're
back home.
everywhere.
Yeah, so many things could go wrong, and just to be healthy and to be here, I mean, even the way that Tim and I met was just God. Like, and the way that we click, we have the same crazy, weird sense of humor, you know? And,
I guess it's out of the bag now. Uh-oh.
And Tim, I have to thank you publicly for sending me Dunkin' Donuts this morning and remembering my
Oh.
favorites to open my door and see the Dunkin' Donuts, and you just surprised me. He wanted to surprise me so bad, Kate, but I live in, like, Alcatraz, so you have to have, like, a gate key, like a QR code to scan at the gate to get in, so he couldn't surprise me. He had to ask me for the gate code. So, I'm sorry, Tim. You did try. You did an excellent job, though. I was totally surprised, and it really warmed my heart and made me feel special, and I appreciate how special and loved and supported you make me feel when we live so far away. I really appreciate you, bestie. My bro fam.
I appreciate you too, and happy birthday. And do you want to ask the last question of the show?
Is that my
Birthday?
birthday gift? I get the honor of
That's your
asking the
birthday
question.
gift. Yes. Duncan, and the last question.
Oh, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. I'd
Great.
take it, Shannon. I'd take it.
I take it. So Kate, what is your one word perspective on cancer? It can also be a phrase. We're not going to be too picky.
No, I was thinking about this all day, and I think that the most divinely inspired word that I can share is we. We. That
Why we?
you're never ever alone. You're never
Mm,
ever alone. You
That
always have support. You always have people who love you. You have this family here that Tim and Shannon have created. There are always people who are in your corner. And even if you just, put your message out there, put your little SOS out there, however you have to, someone will answer it. I think that there are good people in this world who will be by your side, and they might not be blood relatives, and they might not be in your state, and they might not be in your country. Whatever it is, when you are able to ask for that help, it's there. And then, you're never alone because you have the Lord.
I love that. And it's so funny. I feel like that was a wink from Lee, Tim, because Lee's saying was, we have cancer. It's not I have cancer. It's whoever is around me has cancer. And he had the We Have Cancer podcast. That's what he named it. That is so crazy that you said that and you didn't even know.
No. Wow. Oh, you've had quite a couple winks here.
I have. And it's hitting me. I feel it. I feel it. And I love that you said that. You're right. We are all in this together. And that's why at 12 years out, I'm still advocating, is because I feel like now I can pay it forward. I've been blessed. And so I feel like now I can pass on that blessing and be that support that I never had, because I didn't know anyone in my community when I was going through it. I found the cancer community 2 years later.
Oh.
So I made a promise to God, and I said, God, if you get me through this, I promise I will not let anybody else that I meet go through this alone if they need the support. So that means a lot to me that you said that. Tim, you want to give your one word before I do?
Sure. I'm going to steal a word that Kate said before, and that's gratefulness.
I was going to say that. I was going to say gratitude.
No.
Now I have to rethink one.
Of course you were. But even in a cancer journey, no matter what your perspective is, it's important to find gratefulness. I almost used your word. To find gratefulness and intentionally reflect on what are you grateful for. Even those of you who are watching us live or on the replay, let us know in this moment, what are you grateful for? We would love to know. I am grateful for Shannon and Kate and all of you who show up here many times every week. You guys are such a supportive community here from all over the place. So gratefulness is my word. And I'm also grateful for rubber chickens and squeaky pickles.
Hi, Peter. And Chris. So I was going to say gratitude, but I have 3 words and they're all related. Faith, hope, and miracles. Once you have faith, there's always hope, because God works miracles every day.
Yep. Oh, so true. Can I share a prayer before we go?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, of course. We still have a few minutes. We're good.
Okay. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, I thank you for loving me. I thank you for sending your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, to the world to save and to set me free. I trust in your power and grace that sustain and restore me. Loving Father, touch me now with your healing hands, for I believe that your will is for me to be well in mind, body, soul, and spirit. Cover me with the most precious blood of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. Cast anything that should not be in me. Root out any unhealthy and abnormal cells. Open any blocked arteries or veins and rebuild and replenish any damaged areas. Remove all inflammation and cleanse any infection by the power of Jesus' precious blood. Let the fire of your healing love pass through my entire body to heal and to make new any diseased areas, so that my body will function the way you created it to function. Touch also my mind and my emotion, even the deepest recesses of my heart. Saturate my entire being with your presence, love, joy, and peace, and draw me ever closer to you every moment of my life. And Father, fill me with your Holy Spirit and empower me to do your works so that my life will bring glory and honor to your holy name. I ask this in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for sharing that, Kate.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me.
Of course. Before we go, Kate, is there anything else that you want to touch on?
Well, speaking of gratefulness and gratitude, want to just say thank you again, both of you, for just welcoming people. I know that some people in their journey and in their struggle don't want to talk about these things and don't want to share their story. And I think that the Lord gives us these opportunities and these struggles so that we can, just like you said, Shannon, you made that promise. I promise that no one else is going to go through this alone. I promise that when I go through this, that I offer my suffering up and that I will go through it in your name, your will, so that when I am done here, I'm going to make somebody else's journey a little easier. And I'm grateful for both of you leading by example and modeling that for all of us.
I'm grateful for you being our ally. I'm grateful that I got to spend my birthday with you and Tim. I could not think of a better way to spend my birthday. I am honored that you are our guest, and I am grateful that we can now officially have you in our Showing Up family. And we, like I said, we need more people like you who have the voice and are willing to take up a cause. You know, you have been personally impacted, but not firsthand, but it's just as important. And I'm telling you that as somebody who has been on both sides. And I heard you mention, the fact that there's this helplessness, but I'm glad that you've gone from feeling helpless to feeling helpful. And I'm glad that you found a way to do that. That is just so beautiful. And I'm so grateful for you tonight.
Thank you. That was a really nice way of saying that. I like that a lot.
I just came up with that. I don't know.
That's so good. No birthday girl.
So,
all right. Thank you so much for joining us, Kate. We really, really appreciate it. Good luck with your fundraiser. Guys, make sure if you have the means, donate to Kate's fundraiser. If you don't have the means, hit the share button on this live stream or any of her posts. I'm sure she'd really appreciate it.
It has been an absolute honor, Kate.
Likewise.
It's a pleasure.
Yep. I'll drink some coffee on your birthday behalf.
Sounds
tomorrow morning, though.
There you go. Thank you, Kate.
Thanks. I appreciate you both.
Take care.
Shannon, did you enjoy that show?
I did. This was like the epic way to spend my 42nd birthday. I'm just grateful, Tim. I'm grateful for our friendship. I'm grateful for you so much. You have been here through a rough year. You've been by my side. You've been my bro fam. And I don't know where I'd be without you. I definitely wouldn't be on Showing Up. But I definitely love you. And to everyone, thank you for showing up for us tonight. I did see you in the comments. And thank you for all the birthday greetings. A lot of you have actually messaged me privately on social media or via text. And I just want to say I've seen them and I'm going to respond. And I'm grateful for everything. I felt so much love today and tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. It was a lot different than our other shows in a lot of ways. And we are always looking for guests who want to be on the show, survivors, family members, authors, allies like Kate, and our family, our sister, Andrea. She's a great ally as well. Got to give my girl a shout out. Thank you for the birthday wish. I did see it. I love you. Anyone affiliated with a cancer nonprofit, medical professionals, anyone with a perspective on cancer, no matter what it is, please send me or Tim a direct message if you'd like to be a guest on the show. And next week's guest will be CJ Infantino, somebody that we met at PodFest. CJ lost his wife to cancer at the age of 35 becoming a single widowed dad to 3 children, which has transformed his life and purpose. I look forward to next week like I do every week. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. And Shannon.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, you have me crying now. I was doing so good.
Oh, well, Shannon, I didn't tell you about this extra segment of the show. It's called the Celebrate Shannon's Birthday Show. And I'm going to bring on a guest. Here we go.
Happy birthday! Woo! That was quick. Oh my goodness. I almost wasn't ready. Happy birthday, Shannon. Oh my goodness. You're overcome with joy. Yeah, sometimes I bring people to tears, but not over that reason. So
Oh
Have
my
you-
God.
have you
Sorry.
been having a blessed birthday?
I have. It's been
Good.
crazy, but it's been great. And I'm overcome by all of this. And I love you. I love you, Russ. And I got your text and I've just been bombarded with everything and
Oh, that's totally fine.
I'm so grateful.
Yes, well, we're grateful for you, and it's definitely a great time to celebrate you. And yes, I'm glad that you're having an amazing day. You're a wonderful person, and you do so much for everybody, and appreciate that.
Thank you, Russ. I love you and I love your daily texts. They mean so much to me. And Tim, I don't know what I'm gonna do to you when I see you in person again because you've had me so much this morning. I don't know.
Uh,
I feel like my showing up fam really is my fam. Y'all make me feel more special than my own fam. I love you.
well,
Thanks for joining us, Russ. We really appreciate you celebrating Shannon tonight.
I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, Russ. I love you so much.
well, thank you, and you just have a wonderful rest of your birthday, and you've got all kinds of great people I know that want to say hi. So I won't take up all the time.
Oh my God, y'all are killing me.
Thanks, Russ.
Thanks. See you later. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Surprise.
Oh my God. Damn.
Are you ready for our next guest?
There's more?
There's more. Of course, there's more.
Thank-
Come on.
Thank God I have a whole box of stolen tissue.
You're prepared.
Stole these from
Good.
Podfest. Shh.
There you go. There you go. Are you ready? Are you ready for our next?
I think so. Now I know how I made Lee feel.
Hi, Boyd.
Oh my gosh.
Happy
Hey.
birthday. Hey,
Thank you.
audio's working, right? Audio's working?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, good.
We're
Sorry.
good. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
snowing again in Canada, so I thought I'd throw in my Santa hat.
Come back down to Florida.
I know. I'm like, Lord Jesus, when? I love Florida. I love it there.
Hey,
My-
you know, I have 5 paddle boards now. Can I tell you?
That's awesome.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with 5 paddle boards, but I have 5 paddle boards.
You can get, I don't even know. I don't know what to do with that.
Each weekday?
What's that?
One for each weekday? I don't know.
I,
Boyd, it was
So-
so nice of you to wear your Santa hat for
I love the
Shanna's
festive.
birthday. I love
Yes,
it.
I love the festive hat.
I was contemplating either Mickey Mouse or Santa. So
I also love Mickey, being a Florida girl. Mickey
there you go.
works.
There
I
you
like
go.
both. Yes.
Yeah. It's been since it started snowing again.
I can't believe
I don't
that.
know. I don't know how much longer I can put up with this.
I think you need to move south.
My neighbors, they do this. They go to the Carolinas for 5 months out of the year, and they just leave their house.
Yeah, I would do
Yeah,
that. I lived in New York for 3 years, and when we had a blizzard in April, I'm like, see ya, gone.
in April.
Yeah, there was 6 feet of snow in April was my spring break, and I stayed in New York to enjoy the museums. That didn't go very well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't like the white stuff. It's fine when I'm visiting, but not to live there. Yeah.
There's no South Canada, right? It's not like we don't have our own Florida. So
I know.
did you know that before COVID there was 250,000 Canadians in Orlando year round?
Really?
Yeah, just
And then what happened?
mass migration back home. But I don't know what the stats are now. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot there, but I only know prior to COVID that there were 250,000 Canadians in Orlando.
That's
All the time.
crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Boyd, is
So
there
what's,
anything you want to say to Shannon on her birthday?
I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And I'm so glad that you guys got to get together. I believe it was that podcast, Podfest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Podfest, and you guys saw Lee, right?
Yeah.
And you saw Holtzy, Mr. Holtz, Michael Holtz,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and Zach Demopoulos.
Yes.
Yes,
I actually got to see Michael Holtz twice in March.
you were at the colorectal cancer golf
I
thing
was-
too.
I was at Cologuard and I was at Call on Congress. I got to see Michael for like a whole week straight. It was great. He's one of my favorite people, and I got to meet a lot of the Man Up to Cancer guys that I hadn't gotten to meet yet, which was great. So it's been a very special March, but tonight was a great culmination of March for me and my birthday. I have not had such a great birthday in such a long time. Probably not since my sweet 16 or my 18th birthday, maybe. So this is really special. So I'm really grateful. And boy, thank you for coming on. I love you so much. You are
Love
such
you
a
too.
person. And I wish I could see you in person more often, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we're going to London next month, right? I don't know if you saw that.
No.
Running the London Marathon in London, England next month.
Oh wow. I need
So-
to do a couch to 5K thing before I can even try to do a marathon.
No pressure, but I believe on the 8th or 9th of April, registration for the Disney Marathon weekend opens, which has a 5, 10, half, and a full. So
Are you going to be here for it?
I don't know. This is never my decision. I would do it all the time, right? Like, here's another Run Disney hat, right? Like,
Love it. Well, if you're
I-
going to do it, I will sign up just because of you. So I need to know if you're going to do it first.
no, I can't commit to that. I've got.
Well, when you do, then I'll sign up with you.
I haven't even told this publicly. I put my name in. I've put my name in for New York.
Okay.
So New York was
New York
my
Marathon.
yeah. It's my most favorite marathon ever.
Oh, nice.
When is that
And-
one?
November 2nd or 5th or whatever. It's the fall behind whatever the daylight savings weekend is, and
Right.
Okay.
that by far was my favorite marathon. But it's just, I mean, explain to your wife that you're going to go to England and New York, and then you want to go to Disney for the marathon on top of that. It just
Tell her it's my
There's-
birthday wish for you to be in Orlando.
she don't care. She don't care. She wouldn't care. Love it. She wouldn't pretend to care. She wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's nice. We'll think about it." She'd be like, "I don't know her. I don't give a crap." But if you look on the Run Disney thing, they've got things throughout the year. They've got the Wine and Dine. They've got the Princess. They've
Okay.
got the Springtime Surprise. Like, I mean, what city are you in?
Miami, the fun city.
Oh,
The real capital of Florida. The real capital of Florida.
The Miami Marathon's in January.
Oh, you know, I've never even heard of the Miami Marathon.
You've
I'm
never even
really
heard of the Miami Marathon?
such a couch potato. I
The
really need to get
Miami Marathon is like late January, and that's on my to-do list of maybe I could whatever.
Okay.
But anyways, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I
You.
bet you there's more people that want to come on, so I don't want to dominate the thing. But are you? Am I letting the cat out of the bag here? Sorry, Tim, I'm not doing this well.
No, I think she already knows there's.
She kind of
more.
guesses.
No, I have no idea.
Now you know there's more people. So,
All right,
yes.
hey, love you.
Boyd.
Happy birthday, and
I love
you guys
you.
have a great night.
I
Okay.
love you, Boyd.
All right, Shannon, how are you feeling right now?
I am feeling really loved on and really special, really grateful, and absolutely overjoyed, and
Yeah.
a lot of emotion.
I
Um,
noticed. Yeah.
a lot of emotion because I think you really understand how big birthdays are for us, right? And
Hmm.
not the people around us don't really understand how big they are and how emotional. They're bittersweet, and you know, especially after Saturday, my birthday is really bittersweet today. So I'm sorry, I'm just really emotional, and I love you.
Don't apologize. Same. And speaking of Saturday, somebody is here who was there on Saturday.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes!
How are you?
I love you so much. I don't know if you know how much I love you. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what you created. And this has really become my happy place. And Tim has become my bestie. And I love the Podfest family so much. And I just love you. And so thank you for coming on. This is like the best birthday gift ever. I'm so overwhelmed.
I had to sneak away from my kids, so I'm in my van here with the flashlight on. Give me some extra light.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Otherwise,
my
they won't go to bed and the whole thing. But I just want to wish you a happy birthday. It was great seeing you and Tim, remembering our good friend Lee, who's still with us. He's here with us right now. But you made us all proud with a beautiful speech or presentation
I
honoring
wasn't
Lee.
even prepared. I wasn't prepared. It was straight from the heart.
Okay, well, if it was straight from the heart, it was amazing. So thank you for sharing with all of us. But you know, I know Lee is with us, wishing you a happy birthday as well. And it was really nice hanging out with Tim, and then Tim reaching out to me, letting me know that today is your birthday. So happy birthday.
Thank you, Chris. I love you so much. And man, you showed up. You went like stealth mode. I'm so impressed and absolutely honored.
Well, it's all. Listen, Tim's the man right here. Tim's the one that's putting it together. So I appreciate Tim allowing me to do this, and just let you know how special you are. We love you in Podfest. You bring your own essence and energy to the fold, and we could all see it and feel it. And that was what made Lee so special. You know, Lee was a very calm, relaxing energy, assertive, and you're outgoing, you know, assertive, exciting energy. So it's you know, you're the yin to his yang. So it just you're an amazing person. So happy birthday! Enjoy this amazing day, and I wish you many more, Shannon.
Thank you, Chris. And I wish many more Podfests so I can see you. And it was great to see you Saturday. I'm sorry it was under the circumstances that it
Yeah.
was, but I think it was beautiful. I think Linda did a great job honoring
Yeah.
me. It was so perfect and it was so intimate. And who needed to be there? We were there. You know, we're missing some people, but I'm glad that, you know, we were able to be there to celebrate him because you're right. He was such a huge light in this world and he will forever be.
It was very cathartic to add some closure to you know, Lee's journey with all of us, and now I know he's just an angel with us at all times. But
Yes.
I really enjoyed hearing the stories from all the different people, and it was really great having you close it out for a lot of us. And there's a lot of Podfesters there to support. I know Paul and Amanda came in, and we're just really happy to see you and hang out with everybody. So Yeah, for me, this is a new chapter. So I think your birthday here starts this new chapter where Lee is our guardian angel,
Yes.
and he's transitioned from the physical form. So now that's how I look at it, and I see you carrying on his legacy because he had you come to Podfest for a reason.
I know he did, and he pushed me gently and strongly for years until he finally was just like, "Here's a ticket, you gotta go." But as Lee started a huge wave, and I intend to surf on that wave and keep it going. And I'm just hoping that honoring him in the ways that I have, it has given me a lot of peace, and I've dreaded grieving him because I know how heavy it is and how much it hurts, but honoring him in the little ways that I've had, and in the way that you have allowed me as well with Podfest, um it's helped me to grieve and to be at peace knowing that I am doing what he would want me to do and doing him proud. And that means a lot that you've allowed me to do that, Chris. Thank you so much for everything you have done and how much you've encouraged me and just supporting me. I remember when had that crazy idea of I'm going to start my live stream in a week and I want to honor Lee. And you're like, tell me the day and the time and I'll be there. And I'm really grateful for that, because you had really just met me officially. And I'm just grateful. You are a great person. And I'm so glad I can be a part of your family now.
Well, listen, keep doing what you're doing, and then next year we'll have you teaching what you're doing. So let's keep the ball rolling.
For sure. Thank you.
Well, listen, happy birthday, Tim. Thank you again, and you guys have an amazing, amazing night. This is an awesome celebration. Thanks for putting this on, Tim.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
I'm
Chris.
so
Bye,
surprised.
guys.
Thanks for
Bye.
celebrating, Shannon.
Dude,
All right.
you're killing me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I feel like before we go to the next guest, we just have to do this again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I just noticed that you had the neon like blue couch chat. Did you do that on purpose?
Of course I did. Of course. Yes. All right. Are you ready for our next guest?
I think so.
Okay. And everybody, if you're confused, we're here celebrating because it's Shannon's birthday. It's her 21st birthday. So please say happy birthday in the chat. 22. It's 22 now.
Oh, it's 21 times 2. So 21 for the second time.
Times 2. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay. Here we go. You ready for the next guest?
I think so.
Okay, here we go. Here he comes.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Shannon. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
I'm so proud of you and what you're doing with Tim. Tim has changed my life. And what you're doing is helping him help so many people in the community of cancer. I've lost far too many people, including my mother, to cancer. And I had nobody to support. And I was a cancer supporter without supporters. And what's happened because of Tim's organization and what you're doing with him, it gives the supporter support as well. So that strengthens us. And like I said in the comments, we're like the tightrope beneath the cancer. We're that safety net. And we need support too. And what you're doing is empowering everybody to be more supportive to each other. Empathy for me is the core of what I do. I'm a psychiatrist. And when we have empathy for someone who's suffering beyond our comprehension, I think that is something that's very difficult to do. But what you and Tim are doing are making that information possible for us to relate to. And that strengthens our capacity to be supportive, but that also strengthens our resilience to be supportive as well. So thank you so much. And Tim, you know how I feel about you. So, and sorry, I don't have any bananas today. So.
I do have to say, though, you have been so supportive, and you're one of the first people. Like, I think that was the group, right, Tim? My first episode. So you have been super special to me in my showing up journey, and what you give, and just who you are is just so special, and I'm so grateful for you. And this showing up family is just so special, and you just make me feel so loved and supported and welcomed. And I'm just so grateful. I couldn't think of a better way to wrap up my birthday. Like, this has
Well,
been the
you
happiest birthday I've ever had, I think.
own every ounce of love you're getting because you deserve so much and more.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll let you go, Tim. I know there's other people because there's a long lineup of people because Shannon, you're well loved. See you now.
That's for sure. Thank you, Ashok.
Bye bye.
Love
I
you.
love you.
All right. Well, Shannon, look at all these comments also that are showing you love. Dr. New says, happy birthday, Shannon. We love
Thank you, Dr.
you.
New.
Bill Bradford says, happy birthday.
Bill.
Mary says, happy birthday, Shannon. My cousin Jeannie says, happy birthday from California.
Eugenie, Tim talks about you all the time. I love you.
Mary says, thank you, Tim and Shannon. I have to go. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us, Mary. Emily says, Podfest is an awesome event. We totally agree with that. Right, Shannon?
Yes.
Totally, totally. All right. Well, we have a few more guests, Shannon. So next we're going to bring on, I'm trying to decide. I'm trying, and it's going to be this person.
Hey, James.
Hey, you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. How are
Thank you.
you?
You have so much to celebrate.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
So take the day. I hope it was a special one.
It was crazy. It was crazy, but it was
Crazy's good. It's okay. You can take that. Right?
Yeah. But Tim has been loving on me since this morning. He really is my brother, my bruh, and my dude. And
Bruh from another ma. Right.
yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah. I love you so much, James, and I'm so grateful. You have been so supportive of us and so supportive of me, and I feel the love, every week, and I'm super grateful.
Well, we love you. We do. So we hope you
And
have a
James-
special one.
And James was supposed to be the guest for the show at the in-person event, but he wasn't feeling well. So Shannon, at the last minute,
She was my
became the
special
guest.
replacement. Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we need a do-over.
We
Right?
need a do-over. We
Need a
need James
do-over.
to come to the in-person event next year. And,
I'll be there
and try
next
to see
year.
that.
Exactly.
Good.
I'll be there. So I look
Good.
forward to seeing you guys.
I look forward to giving you a real hug.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Have a great one. Have
Thank
a
you
good
so
night.
much.
Thanks. All
Oh
right.
my God, you're killing me tonight, Tim.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, the next guest. There's a few guests left, and I'm gonna go with the guest that is waving their hands at me. Hey, Mark.
You finally saw me. I was waiting every single time. Happy birthday, Shannon.
I love you so much. Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to say that I think that Tim really picked the perfect person to co-host with him. You are doing an absolutely fantastic job. You really are.
He makes
And
it easy.
well, you balance each other out really, really well. And I love the emotion that you put into the show, and your insights are terrific. So keep doing an absolutely fantastic job and supporting the community, and good luck on your own channel and things like that. And you're doing amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Mark. I love you so much. I don't know if you know how much I love you. Like, from the moment that we met, you have just been so supportive of me and so encouraging. And I truly love you. And, you know, your love comes through even in the comments, and just having you here on my birthday is just like, Tim, you've given me the best gifts. It's not even just one gift. It's like Mark is like the best gift, James, Chris, like everyone. I'm just overwhelmed right now, and I'm just
You
grateful.
deserve it. You deserve it. Happy birthday. I mean,
Thank you.
I mean, you're a true youngster. You really are. When you get to my age, you skip the birthdays. You just kind of miss that day and say, "Oh, what happened to that?"
I'm 42, and I always was like so fearful of the big 4-0. I was like, oh my God, I'm dreading the big 4-0.
You got a lot coming.
And then I'm like, but now I'm like, every birthday, I'm so grateful because it reminds me that I spent my 30th fighting for my life doing chemo. I was literally on chemo for my 30th birthday. And so now I'm grateful for every year. I'm like, hey, I hit 42. You know, I can't wait for 43. Like, you know, and this birthday, Tim, you've really made it feel like I'm really turning 21 again. And I'm just grateful for all the love.
You
And
are. That's what I
overwhelmed.
was told, that you're really turning 21.
Oh, I can drink finally. I'm gonna have some rum then.
Well, see, you could drink twice as much.
Right? 2 shots.
There you go. There you go. I mean, when I was in the midst of my cancer journey, I used my birthday as my focal point because I was diagnosed in early 2021. And so my birthday's in June. I'm not going to say the date. I'm not going to say my age. So pass on that. Anyway.
21 too.
22?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That worked. Times several multiples. But anyway, I used my birthday as a focal point because that was essentially my first cancer goal, was to open my eyes on my birthday. And that particular year, that was in 2021, I opened my eyes on my birthday and I was just so happy. I said, I've made it. And then I knew that I was gonna beat this thing. That's when I knew, and I knew it. And so that was really an amazing day because my daughter was there. She was staying with me, my older daughter, and she and her husband traveled the United States by RV. And so what happened is my daughter said, sit down, and she opened up her laptop, and I said, what are you doing? And she's filming me, and I'm like, what are you doing? And so I'm looking at the laptop, and they're playing this video, and they put my two daughters put together this video of family and friends wishing me a happy birthday. And I was like, and I kept looking at her, and I said, why you keep filming? And she said, oh, keep watching it. And so at the very end, none other than the Kevin Hart came on to wish me a happy birthday. And so that was like the greatest birthday that I've had.
I love that. That kid, I mean, that is amazing. But you know what, Mark? You and my Showing Up family are the equivalent of Kevin Hart for me. It would be like having Joe Biden come and tell me happy birthday, or the King of England, since there's no, since Queen Elizabeth passed away. But this is like the equivalent for me, the Showing Up family and what Tim has done. It is the most amazing gift, because some of the most amazing gifts we get are not tangible. And
absolutely,
this, although not tangible, is so memorable, and I'll always be able to rewatch it and see all the love and feel all the love. And the love that I feel tonight is so overwhelming, and I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful for you and for everyone else. And Mark, I am so glad that I met you and that I
And
have
likewise,
my family. I love you so much.
love you so much. Happy birthday,
Thanks.
and enjoy the rest of your day. Actually, make it a rest of the week. Why not?
I'm going to celebrate all month. This is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So it's crazy because my birthday is in March. My favorite color has always been blue, and the color is blue, and the month is March. So I guess it's just supposed to happen. There's a purpose for everything, I guess. Because it's kind of crazy how all those stars like just aligned with me. But I love you
Fantastic.
so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Happy birthday, Shannon. Thanks, Tim.
I love
Take
you.
care.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
All
guys, how did
right.
you do this without me knowing?
I am a very sneaky person. Very sneaky. Welcome, everybody, to the celebration of Shannon's birthday, the co-host on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. We still have a few guests left, so let's bring on somebody else. Look who it is.
Oh, me! Happy birthday!
Thank you so much.
So you get another trip around the sun. How do you feel?
Super grateful. Just grateful. You know, I've lost so many friends and you know, younger than me, diagnosed after me, and you know, doing all this advocacy work this month, Branwen, I've seen just how blessed I am because it's been emotional. You know, I went to call on Congress and there were two sisters with their young children there, you know. The eldest child, the eldest daughter / niece was 11, and they were there advocating in memory of their brother and their uncle. And he was 28 when he was diagnosed, and he passed just a month after his 28th birthday, and that was pretty recent. And it hit me because I was diagnosed at 29. And so it took me back. And, you know, I was hearing their story over and over again because we were speaking to different, you know, representatives. And so every time I heard it, it was just hitting me. You are so lucky and blessed to be here.
Absolutely.
It also hit me like, if I was to pass away, would my family be doing this for me? Probably not. And I had to tell them how amazing they were as siblings to be doing that and to drag 3 young ones with them to do this. Or actually it was 4 children. 2 of them were in a little pull cart wagon, was how small they were, you know, just learning how to walk. And it was just amazing to me that they were using their brother's story to advocate and ask for funding and to fight alongside us. And it was just so touching. I was like, you're the sisters that I wish I had, you know, that they're fighting in his memory and they're fighting for him although he's gone. And it was just beautiful. And it's just a reminder of how alone I am, but also how loved I am by you guys. So it's just, you know, it's the bittersweet. Like, and this is the sweet of the bittersweet. All of you.
I get it.
You are my family. You're
We
the
are.
reason I don't feel alone anymore, and I feel supported and loved.
You are never alone with all of us, ever. We will not allow that to happen. And we would be right there fighting for you and keeping your memory alive, without a doubt, just like you would be doing for any one of us. 100%. We all have you. I mean, no one, it's so cliche, but right, no one fights alone. So you
You're
got
right.
all of us.
You're right. And I mean, my family, they've loved on me. They've called me. They've sent text
Good.
messages and stuff. But, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, there's certain people in my family who don't even message me for my birthday. And now I'm fine with it because I found my own family. Sometimes the family you find is your real family, the family you choose. And you choose you. It's really special. And this family that we have here means so much to me. You know, so much. And I just want you to know that.
No, same here. But you know, it's you have to just remind yourself it's their loss. And then you can't worry about it. You can't focus on why they didn't or what this. That's that doesn't help you anyway. So you're just gonna celebrate your 42nd birthday. 42 is a good age. I'm 42. You're gonna enjoy
Nice.
it.
You don't look it either.
Yeah, thanks. Maybe from afar. Wait till you see me up
No.
close.
I seen your pictures on social media, girl. You're rocking it. You're rocking that 42 as well.
Thanks. So are you. So you celebrate this week. You celebrate the whole month. You get the whole month for your birthday. I'm a big fan of birthdays too. A big, huge fan of birthdays.
Thank you. Tim, you know what? I think at the showing up event, we should just celebrate everybody's birthday at dinner and have shots. Like shots.
That would be awesome, actually.
Huh?
We could have a birthday cake and everything.
I think
That's a good
so.
idea.
I think so. Yes, for sure. And it's funny that I have to share, Tim. Like, you sent me my favorite Dunkin' Donuts stuff. I don't even know how you remember, because I don't even remember my favorite things sometimes. But another friend sent me Ferrero Rocher, which are my favorite chocolates, rosé sparkling apple cider, and a birthday cake, a vanilla rum cake. And that was like a total surprise to me too. And they came like your stuff came and then his stuff came, and I'm like, oh my God. So it's amazing how loved you've made me feel from so far away, Tim, always. And you've been my brother and my bestie. And I'm just so glad that we're all here. And I know it's celebrating me, but I have to say I'm celebrating all of you for making me feel so loved and welcoming me into this family so warmly. And it means a lot.
Well, you mean a lot to us, and you do the same thing. We feel your love too, and we're lucky to have it. We really, really are.
Thank you. You mean a lot to me.
I can't wait to meet you guys. So enjoy your birthday. Get those next guests on, and remember, you're 42 and fabulous.
You too.
Thank you, Brandon.
Bye. Happy birthday. Bye, Tim.
You.
All right. So we have somebody else, but before we do that, I feel like we have to do this again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All right, so before we bring on our last guest, I have a message from my sister Eileen, who was having some technical difficulties tonight. She said, Shannon, I wish you the happiest of all birthdays. You are an amazing person, a wonderful co-host, and I'm sorry I am not so technically inclined, but you deserve the best day ever. Your S-fam.
I love you, my sis fam. I love you, Eileen, and I hope I get to meet you in person soon. Tim is my bruh, and I love him dearly, and I don't know what I would do without him. And I, as his sister and who supports him so much and who loves him so much, I feel like I already know you, and I love you with all my heart already. So thank you for the birthday wishes. I love you so much.
Okay, and our final guest is...
Oh my God, Michelle!
Before I get all excited, I better turn the mic on. Goodness me. Hold on a second. Nee. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. There you go.
You should be singing on The Voice.
Happy birthday, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
I am happy. I am blissful. I am grateful. I am blessed. I am overwhelmed with joy and the warmth and love that I feel tonight. I'm just overtaken with emotion, and I can't even. I mean, Tim, I love you, and I'm still mad at you at the same time because you have me crying tonight. But he's been loving on me as his friend since this morning, and he's just been so wonderful, Michelle. And Michelle, I'm so glad I get to see you and interact with you on my birthday. This is just so beautiful, and I'm just so grateful for this family. I can't say it enough. I am so
Isn't
grateful.
that amazing how the universe gives you the gift of people to stand in that place for you when there are none, and
Yes.
that you redefine what family means? It's not about genetics, it's not about blood, it's about people who appreciate you and love you and stand in your place and say yes for you. And
Yeah.
yes, I'm here. I'm so glad that you have that. It's so very important, not just during your cancer journey, but the years that follow afterwards. I think that that's some of the things I'm learning in my journey, is that those things still matter very much, no matter how far in or far out you're on your journey when it comes to cancer. And having those connections is about people who say yes to you, yes to I support you, yes to what you're doing, what your mission and your purpose and your passion is. And they're there at your side, helping you take those steps, baby steps, big steps, grown-up steps, steps where if you're afraid, you do it anyway. And I'm so glad that Tim had this vision and this purpose to create this amazing community where we get to celebrate the people who are talking about the conversations every day, every chance they get, that matter most. And that's those of us who are on a cancer journey.
Right.
No matter where we're at in that journey, we're on that journey, because it doesn't go away.
Right.
We may be in remission, but sometimes things happen and we don't stay in remission. So once you get that card punched that says you have cancer, you know, some think that it does it, you know, that's it. It, you know, once you're in remission, that's it. You don't worry about stuff, but you do. And the greatest gift we can give to ourselves is coming together and celebrating what you guys do, which is talk about those conversations. But I love how you celebrate each other. And today we're here to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You're another year old. Hello, gorgeous. You're looking so fine. I'm trying to sing the song and make it rhyme. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I am so grateful for you, Michelle, and I love you so much. And I just have to say thank you for showing up. I'm grateful for everyone for showing up for my birthday. It was a complete surprise, but it was just so overwhelmingly beautiful, and I'm so grateful, and I don't even have words to say, and I'm hardly ever speechless. Right, Tim?
I was just gonna say that's true. Yeah.
It's okay to be dumbfounded and gobsmacked at least once or twice in your life. I think this is one of those moments. There are some things you just don't get to say anything about. Words aren't needed. You
Tim's
knowing that you are loved is all that matters, right?
He's done it twice today. Twice today. He's gotten me to where I'm just like, I don't even know what to say, but thank you. And I love you. And I'm just grateful, and I'm just touched, and I'm overwhelmed with and overjoyed and overwhelmed with overjoyed. Tim, thank you for bringing joy into my life and friendship, and Michelle, thank you for being a part of my new family. And Tim, I can't say it enough how grateful I am for you. And you know, we met in the midst of a really difficult time for me, and you've gotten me through from day one. You've been there for me. You've shown up even at my worst moments. You've been there. Even the times when I was literally on the edge of a cliff, you know, Tim was the reason why I decided not to step off. And I'm just really grateful. You know, all of you have made me feel so loved every week. And I know I missed a couple of weeks because I was out doing my advocacy stuff. which was crazy. And I'm just grateful. I'm really overwhelmed with and overfilled with gratitude and just love, and all the love that I'm feeling right now that you've made me feel. I hope you know that I love you all back just the same. Michelle, I love you so much. And Tim, you know how much I love you, I hope by now, because I'm so mushy all the time.
You are a mush ball, that's for sure.
Well, it's my birthday. I'm going to be mushy if I want to.
Of course you can.
Of
You can
course.
be perfectly, imperfectly, all you want to be authentically you, and that's all that matters. You know, this is a safe space to be yourself. And, you know, that's honestly the first time I've actually sang impromptu like that on something like this. So, and that usually is saved for very special people in my life. So you're one of the people in my life that gets to have that moment. I didn't know how else I was going to celebrate your birthday, and all of a sudden it was just like, okay, come on, just do this, just let it go. So I love, appreciate, and honor you for being that hello gorgeous person that you are, in being vibrant in life and being like that neon sign that's just there, completely 100% you, celebrating with everything that you have, using what you've been through as a catalyst to keep moving forward all the time, and connecting with all the right people like Tim, who is amazing. He does such wonderful things for those that are in his circle to move forward the dream that is very much a reality, you know?
Indeed. And I
So
do have to say, you do have a beautiful singing voice, so thank you for sharing it with me.
Yes, you do.
thanks.
And
So happy, 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 joy, joy, joy birthday. I hope that you have many more opportunities besides today to feel as much joy as you do right now, and that you get to celebrate you every day for the rest of the year.
thank you. I definitely will. And you know, my cancerversary is in October, Tim. Hint, hint. You know, I'm being greedy now.
Yes.
No, I am. This has been the most beautiful way to celebrate, and to celebrate with people who understand the bittersweetness of a birthday after cancer, and especially after losing a really close friend recently. Just, you know, it's that yin and yang of this cancer journey, right? It's the happy and the sad, and the joy, and then the pain, and the celebration, and then the mourning and grief. And it's hard, you know. There's a lot of survivor's guilt for me today. And
I understand that. I've lost a good friend, a fellow work colleague, to colon cancer recently, and
sorry.
I felt that understanding, and had a not very different, got a clear picture of what it feels like to watch and to be there for a family that is watching somebody slowly leave this existence of what we call life, and that, you know, all their options had run out. And the sense of positivity and yearning that my dear friend had, Joe, to just keep living in the positive, and then when it came down to it, his strength and courage to say, okay, I surrender, and the joy that came up onto those moments where, you know, he couldn't be present to anymore.
Right.
The story that came from that for me was just, you know, like you, I'm here and he's not. And then I realized the gift for me is I get to share his story, his legacy of who he was while he was living, you know. And I created a connection with his sister And I get to share moments with her, even though Joe's gone. So it's like, that yin and yang, that double-edged sword, that challenge of how do we let go? How do we celebrate life? And I think I just decided that I'll let the grief process take its turn. In the meantime, I will find ways to share Joe's story, to celebrate his legacy, the man that he was, so full of love and light every day for everybody. And that perhaps the lesson is for me to be that kind of person, just like Joe was. And when the grief doesn't hurt so much, the joy will follow as I take on board and manifest those parts of Joe that, are wonderful gifts that we get to continue to live on and celebrate with others and give to them,
For
and
sure.
it is so, I don't know, it's hard to explain when you go through your own battle and then you watch others lose theirs.
Yeah. But they never lose.
They don't. They win.
They do.
Truthfully.
I look at Lee, and what really inspired me was that Lee was on hospice and he still went to dinner dates with his wife, and he went to hockey games with his sons, and he spent time babysitting his grandkids while on hospice. And after Lee passed, I dedicated in the next episode of Blue Couch Chat. Sorry, shameless plug, Tim. The show that I host for colon cancer. I dedicated Frank Sinatra's "My Way" to him. "My Way" was a song that I learned to play on the piano while I was going through my journey, and
Wow.
I always loved it. I fell in love with it before I even heard Frank Sinatra sing it. I fell in love with it just playing it on the piano and the words. And then when I heard Frank sing it and the emotion, it was just so real, right? Because I think having cancer, we connect with those words because we don't know if we're going to make it or not, but we're just trying to live it out and eat up every bite or nibble we get and do it our way up until the end. And, I had a scare. I don't know if I shared this with you, Tim, but I had a scare 2 years after my own diagnosis, 2 years after being NED, and they saw spots on my liver after a regular routine scan. And the doctor said, you're going to have to I had a trip planned, and I was going to start my master's degree. And during the summer before my master's, I was going to go to England and work for 2 months. And I had a friend sponsoring me where I was going to stay with him and work in his architectural firm that he worked for. And my doctor came in. I was ready to book my 800 round trip flight, which was a miracle that I found that. And she said, you're going to have to put your trip on hold. I was hoping to get the green light. I was expecting the green light, And it was the one time where I wasn't waiting for that other shoe to drop. It was the one time where I was like, yeah, I'm going to be okay. And she came in and she said, you're going to have to put your trip on hold. You have spots in your liver and we have to do a biopsy ASAP. And I looked at my mom, and my mom knows I'm crazy. And I looked at my mom and I'm like, I'm going on this trip, And I was like, I'm going on this trip. And my mom is like, you heard what the doctor said, right? And the doctor's like, you heard what I said, right? And the doctor's like, I'm going to walk out and let you discuss this with your mother and make your decision. So I called my friend, Sean Johns, who I love. Shout out Sean Johns, my other bro fam or bra fam. He said, I called him and I'm like, look, this is the situation. And I want you to know because I'm going to be staying with you. And if anything happens, you're going to have to be there for me, but I might have stage 4 cancer right now and I need to do a biopsy, but I really want to go on this trip. And he's, before I had that conversation with him, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm going on this trip. And she's like, you're crazy. Like, you should listen to the doctor. And when I told Sean Johns what was going on, he looked at me and he was like, well, he didn't look at me. It was over the phone, but he was like, girl, come. Whatever you have is not going to kill you in 6 to 8 weeks while you're here. And that's all I needed to hear. And my mom was like, why are you going on this trip? And I said, Mom, if I don't go on this trip and I hear you have cancer when the biopsy comes back and I have stage 4. I'm going to be mad that I didn't go on this trip. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, perhaps. And then I said, if I don't go on this trip and then I hear you don't have cancer, I'm going to be extra pissed off, right? And I said, however, if I go on this trip, I come back and I have the biopsy and it says I have cancer, I'm going to be glad I went on the trip. And if I go on the trip and then I come back and I hear I don't have cancer, I'm going to be even happier that I went on the trip, right? Because I didn't miss
Yep.
out. And so I was like, the only way that I'm going to be happy either way is by going. And I went and I started my master's. And while doing my master's, I did biopsy after scan, after test. And they kept on being inconclusive. And I did not find out that I was cancer free. And it was damage to my liver from the chemo for 5 years. So 5 years, I could have put my life on pause. But instead, I lived the heck out of those 5 years. I went to England and worked. I did my master's. I went to Jamaica and I volunteered for historic preservation in Falmouth, which is the oldest town in Jamaica, or one of them. And I got to live out my dreams during those 5 years. During those 5 years, I could have not done all of that. And so it reminded me that no matter what we're facing, no matter whether we have cancer, no matter whether we're dying, possibly. I mean, all of us are dying each day, right? We're all mortals. And so what it taught me was no matter what, you just got to live your life and live it up. And this is me living it up. You guys have made me live it up tonight. And I'm so grateful. There is no other place or no other group of people that I would rather celebrate with tonight. So thank you.
It's such a wonderful story. It's so inspiring. In fact, I've been struggling with a few things, and hearing that story has given me the impetus to change a mantra that I need to put on my whiteboard. And so I can tell myself, go live it up, do it your way, live it up, say hello, gorgeous every morning, and go live it up. And just do it. Don't let the things that I'm going through hold me back from making the most. You know, those things that we hesitate on, I'm beginning to understand that perhaps that's an old part of me that's a little unsure, and I just need to tell her to hold tight, buckle up, and let's just go for a ride. Because living with regrets is not a good idea, and not going to do something because, you know, you've got all this stuff going on. I love this. I appreciate this. I'm so glad that the universe reminded me I had something to go do, and that I'm here and I got present to you to give you the gift of happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I'm so, so glad I got to share this moment with you, and the gift that you just gave me that's ignited a fire within to go live it up, do it my way, and make sure I say hello, gorgeous every morning with a thank you in my soul.
And GOAT, remember GOAT is our mascot, right, Tim? And it's get out and thrive. Michelle, you've thrived every day. You've thrived despite everything you've faced. You're batting 100% of getting through your bad days. And sometimes we have to remember that we've overcome everything that we've faced so far. And so we can overcome anything that we face going forward. And I have to remind myself of that sometimes. Sometimes Tim has to bang that into my head too. So whenever you need a cheerleader, just call me. I will give you that pep talk. I will give you that chair. I have pom-poms somewhere, some blue pom-poms, but I will shake my pom-poms. I will clap it up for you because you are amazing and you are beautiful and you are gorgeous and you are strong and you are resilient. And sometimes we need other people to remind us of that. And I'm glad I could do that for you tonight. I'm glad that I ate a birthday gift to my birthday gift.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so glad that you could remind me of that because, you know, as a single parent and treading the winepress of life by myself and dealing with a special needs child who unfortunately has her cycles as well, and how she lives life and what shows up for her.
Right.
You know, it becomes a heaviness that for the first time I can say is overwhelming. Usually I'm on it like Johnny on the spot. I get it, I understand it. But when new things are showing up that I'm not familiar with, and I have my own challenges, you know, I appreciate all that you said about neuropathy, and I'm working on my neuropathy. Yes, it's a real pain. Yes, that's a pun. It's a real pain. It is a seriously real pain. And lately it's got more debilitating than I would like. So I'm on a pathway and a battle to understand and create a new normal about how to get through what that does to me, and say this is and accept this is my new normal. So I appreciate you being a chairperson, because the whole time I've been trying to figure these things out, I remember all the things that you have said last time we talked and the possibilities that can come about. It's just getting my body to say, it's okay, you can do this. You know, you're going to have a moment, then perhaps you need to accept that you need a cane, a couple of canes or something,
Right.
to help you walk, to get your body to move, to, well, get your feet. And
Right.
then, you know, just pace yourself. I'm learning, pace yourself. It's okay that you have this. You didn't ask for this. It's part of the journey. Now we're trying to get into that space of this is, you know, 18, almost 2 years out. This is our new normal, except that's where we're at. Let's go see what we can do to adapt to it. And I'm grateful that I came tonight to hear what you said, because I'm going to apply what you said to my journey on getting through the neuropathy. I'm going to go live it. I'm going to take some chances that are paced so that there'll be a time where I fulfill my goal, which
Yeah.
is whatever my goal is, running, walking 3 miles, whatever it is. You know, I've been trying to do the things that you said, go for a little walk here and there, you know, and then eventually it starts to work its way out. Well,
You
it's
get
a
to walk further before you feel the pain. And, you know, like for me, it was walk to the end of the driveway, walk to the end of the street to the stop sign, walk to the next stop sign. And then it became, okay, I hit a mile. Then it was the next week, I'm going to work towards 2 miles by the end of the week. And I would inch towards it. And then it was 3 miles. And then before I knew it, I was walking 5 miles nonstop. And then the next time I knew it, by the next 2 months, I was like walking 5 miles twice a day without pain. So it takes the neuropathy. It's just like the cancer. It's a mental thing, and it's pushing through that pain, because that pain that we feel is in our head. We're feeling that sensation in our head of that pain, but it's not pain from us hurting or bleeding or something being cut. It's a mental pain, that sensation that we're feeling from the neuropathy. So we mentally have to push through it to know the more I push through it is the more my threshold is going to go higher. But call me tomorrow or whenever you have time, Michelle. I just took part in a clinical trial where they're using electrodes. I'll look it up and send you the info, but they're using electrodes and they're stimulating your vagus nerve by your ear.
Oh my gosh. I've heard about that. I've heard about what you can do. Yeah.
Sessions.
Oh my goodness.
I have sensation in my feet that I haven't had for 12 years. So it really has helped just 2 sessions.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been reading studies about the vagus nerve and the central nervous system, and how you can, if you stimulate the vagus nerve in the right way, there are a lot of healing properties for the central nervous system to conquer some of those battles, not, you know, emotional, mental, and now I'm hearing physical manifestations of what your central nervous system and all of those nervous systems are going through because of something that you didn't choose to have. It's a byproduct of your experience with having to have treatment.
Yeah, and
So
massage helps, acupuncture,
yeah,
certain medications like some antidepressants actually help with issues with the vagus nerve, which I've been on, and it's helped with my gastroparesis. I haven't had a gastroparesis flare in maybe 2 years. I can't even remember the last time I ended up in the hospital with gastroparesis. So, there's so many things that help, and I'm willing to discuss that with you. What's helped me, what I've seen, happen. Swimming helps a lot. Playing piano with your hands. We've discussed
we're starting physical therapy. Oh, I've started physical therapy. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing some pool work on a treadmill and a hydrotherapy pool, just to get, I think, to get things moving. And I think the biggest part that I'm learning is that there was more damage than I realized.
Mm-hmm.
So the longer we have been out of chemo treatment, and even though I'm taking a low dose oral chemo treatment, it's not affecting what I already have. It just affects other things.
Right.
I'm beginning to learn that there was more damaged in places than I had no idea.
Yeah. And just remember that with the neuropathy, that pain that you're feeling is not pain because your body's hurting from something detrimental to you. It's the nerves, and it's you're feeling the sensation of pain. So mentally you have to push through that. It's a mental battle with the neuropathy. And that's what I had to learn. It's when I feel that neuropathy pain when I'm walking, it's that I just have to keep on walking. And we're tough, and it's hard because it hurts, because it's our nerves, it's nerve pain, but it's something that we can push through. And the more we push through it, the easier it gets once we pass that certain threshold. And that threshold keeps pushing the more we push through. And that's something that I've learned that worked for me. And it was really hard to push through it. I mean, even now, but I've been able, I thought I was going to need a wheelchair to walk in DC, walking the halls of Congress and the Senate. I actually asked for a wheelchair in case I needed it. And you know what? I didn't need it.
You go, girl.
So, it really is a mental thing. And that pain, I know it hurts, it burns. It feels like fire ants have bitten you thousands of times. And it's like lightning bolts going through your hands or your feet. And I feel it every day, but I just have to remember, yes, my feet hurt, but I'm going to go walk my dogs. I'm going to go walk outside and get some fresh air. And I'm going to push through that pain, because once I do and I massage it or I take a hot shower, it'll go away. So it's such a mental battle still being a survivor, right, Tim? Like, it never ends. And I don't know, Michelle, I don't know if I've shared this publicly, but last year, June, I was diagnosed with arthritis in my hip, probably from the chemo. And it is debilitating, especially with the neuropathy on top of it. And I'm just trying to preserve my hip as much as possible, but I will put some pressure on my hip if I am going to have some fun. So if I'm going to go to the beach and walk in the sand, or if I'm going to walk the halls of Congress, at least I'm going through that pain for a good reason. And so sometimes maybe it's you choosing what's worth you pushing through that neuropathy pain for. And you know what? Honestly, going out for a walk with your headphones, blasting some music and getting some fresh air can be so therapeutic, even if it's just for the driveway, and just take it little steps at a time, and be gentle on yourself. Your body has been through a lot, and nerve pain is really debilitating. And I know that firsthand, so I just want to tell you, I'm here for you. I'm willing to share whatever has worked for me. And while you're walking, I'll keep your company. If you want company, we can chat and FaceTime and walk together. But I'm here for you. I'm totally here for you. And I know Tim is as well. And your family, and I love you. And this has been like the greatest gift tonight. And Michelle, I'm glad that I could help you, because you've helped me so much. And
Yep, you helped me. You do. I mean, when I started back on this journey trying to get things going again, all I could hear was your voice in my head going, now go up to the mailbox and back, and then go a little further, and then go a little further, and then the driveway, and keep pacing yourself. You know, all the things that you've mentioned tonight, I remembered all of those things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go give it a go. And you're right, it is a mental battle. And it's not just about the pain, it's about not being afraid to fall over, not being afraid to, you know, just work to get your feet moving and to have a mental attitude of plugging in the right kind of way, and just not allowing your fear to say, well, guess what? You're just going to fall over, so you might as well forget about it. It's truly a mental space of just making it happen and trusting yourself and your body to just pace yourself through. Okay, I'm going to go do this week. I'm going to go do this today. I'm going to, you know, this is my goal. And when I get there, then we'll see how we do. And then we'll go try again, you know. And it's being consistent. And I appreciate everything that you have said and shared. That is such a beautiful gift. I feel like I have to sing happy birthday again or something.
I do have 2 things I want to say to you real quick, though. One is I went to New York with my family in January, and I had never been ice skating. And my little brother was going ice skating, and I was like, I didn't feel right with him going by himself. Plus, I wanted to experience it. And even though I have neuropathy and can't feel my feet, I'm like, I'm going to try to balance. I'm able to paddleboard. I was able to surf. I should be able to ice skate. Well, I never realized how freaking hard ice skating is, even when you can feel your feet. So I did more falling than skating. But you know what? I tried. I did it. I fell. But you know what? I'm proud of myself for even trying. The second thing I want to tell you is if you have to get a cane, I will get a cane too for my arthritis. And you know what? We're going to freaking glitter it up and put crystals on it. And what's the thing that you call it, Tim? The bedazzle? We're going to bedazzle the heck of our canes and have some glamorous canes. Me and you. We'll match.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. In fact, I've thought about it. It's like, well, how could I just, you know, create something fun and sassy out of a cane? There's got to be a way that you can, you know, make it a glorious fashion accessory. Just, you know, to the max. Just give it heaps, really. I mean,
I
you know,
say bedazzle it. I'm going to bedazzle mine in blue. I don't know what color you're doing yours in, but I'm going to have blue rhinestones all over it.
Wow. That is going to be awesome.
We can have matching ones. I'll get mine when you get yours, and we'll have a cane celebration. We'll have a cane cam, right, Tim? I mean, I already created the nail cam. We can have a cane cam.
There you go. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle.
I love you.
You're welcome. Love you guys too. Thank you for the celebration. This is awesome.
So awesome and overwhelming.
Thank you.
Tim,
Shannon.
how am I gonna outdo you? I
don't know. I don't know.
And you know, I was in such a rush, I didn't even get to stream to my audience.
That's okay.
It's cool. They'll see the replay.
They will definitely see the replay. Yes.
They will see the replay. Tim, I'm overwhelmed with how special and loved you've made me feel from this morning until tonight. This is it. I never knew how much I impacted our Showing Up family and our podcast family. And it's just huge. And I now know how I made Lee feel.
Yeah.
If this is how I made Lee feel, it is a beautiful feeling that just leaves me. I can't even put into words how beautiful this has been tonight, Tim, and how surprised I am And I love that Dr. New is saying that I look younger and more beautiful in my blue color when I literally rushed home and, was in traffic from dinner and I was late and I didn't refresh my makeup or my hair. I had on I put the jacket on. I carried it with me and I didn't really wear it for most of the day, but I really just showed up as I was. So thank you for thinking I look gorgeous because I didn't even get to put on lip gloss really. So I appreciate. I am lucky to have good genes, and Tim knows I always say black don't crack and Asian don't raisin, and I'm both. So
There you go.
so I'm grateful, I have crappy genes when it comes to cancer and diabetes and all that other crap, but I have great genes, thank God, when it comes to my skin and looking young. My
Yes,
parents
there you
don't
go.
age, and I'm just grateful to be here with you, Tim, and to be 42 and to be able to celebrate this with you. This has been the best way I could ever think about celebrating my birthday was with everyone in my Showing Up family and with you, my bro fam. I love you. I can't put into words how much I love you, Tim, and how grateful I am for Lee and for God for bringing this together, and Chris.
All the
And
people.
and for you trusting me enough to be your co-host and trusting me enough to show up tonight, although it's my birthday and I had a crazy March so far. But this was the best way to come back after a little hiatus. A busy hiatus, but a hiatus.
Yes.
And I'm just so grateful for your Tim, and thank you for not firing me for me not showing up for like 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. But I really missed my Showing Up family, and I really missed you, Tim, and I missed this during that
Me
time.
too. You
I mean,
did.
I was doing work, I was doing advocacy, but I missed
Yeah.
this. This is my happy place as well. And I'm just glad that this was the best way to come back. So thank you so much. I can't stop saying thank you and how grateful I am for you and how beautiful this was and just how great of a gift. And I'm just so, so grateful for you, Tim. And I love our friendship. And I love you. And I love how much you show up for everyone. I don't know how you find the time and the energy. I don't
I
know.
don't know either. I don't know, but I might have a full-time job soon, so that may change somewhat. So stay tuned.
I guess
But
I'm gonna have to help you to be there for everyone. I guess
there you go.
you're gonna have to forward your texts and phone calls to my number during business hours. I'll volunteer
Oh my
for that.
gosh. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I love you, and
You
I
too. Happy birthday.
you have
Have
made
a
it.
wonderful rest of your birthday. There's like less than 2 hours left. And thanks everybody for watching and
Thank
for
you for
celebrating Shannon
thank
and
you.
celebrating each other and supporting each other and all the things that we do here. And now we're gonna say goodbye, right, Shannon?
Sadly.
All right, here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.